What's up, Breakers?
Hey, Breakers, how are you?
I'm fine. Oh, you weren't talking to me. You were talking to them.
Yes, and I heard you blowing out your smoke.
Whatever do you mean? See, you giving away good parts of the show already.
Smoking that stuff.
What? No, that is a jewel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, I do not do the tobacco anymore.
Yay.
I am free.
Oh, you've been delivered.
I have. It's actually 2 months now.
Congrats.
Well, thank you.
That's wonderful.
It is actually because the smell, child.
Yeah, I kind of like throw up a little in my mouth every time I smell cigarettes. I used to smoke, so.
Right, but you just do the Newports. You did the rough ones. You did like them old school G gangsters.
100s,
right.
The long ones. I ain't do no shorts.
And then she used to hang it in between her two fingers and it'd be hanging half out the window when she was driving, and then she'd be leaning up on the steering wheel.
Okay, like a little old lady talking my talk too. What you got to say, cuz?
Oh my God. Oh man. How's your week been?
Look.
I beat you to it. Ha ha ha.
My week was good. My week was chill. It was the last week before spring break.
I know.
So I didn't have to, do much at school, which was great.
The break is sprung.
the spring has sprung, Breakers.
Listen.
But yeah, so that part, and then, working and whatever. But I'm getting ready to go on a trizip with my
where you
girl.
The face. Oh my God. This is about to be a mess.
So we're going to Colorado,
What?
right? Who does that for spring break?
Well,
but one of my friends is getting married.
okay. Thank you.
So we're going to go plan some stuff and have a good time at the same time. And I get to go because I got some family there.
Okay.
So I'm going to go see my cousins and all that too.
Okay. Well, is this like the actual ceremony happening, or you guys are going now to plan some things and the bachelorette party possibly, or?
We're doing, not the bachelorette party, but we're going to plan the stuff.
Gotcha.
Everything is for planning. So this whole week is planning.
So the bride's not even going to be there?
She's going to be there.
Well, she's going to ruin it because the bachelorette party got
well,
to be
we're not.
lit.
No, me and another one of my best friends. One of them couldn't come, Tony.
Ooh.
But
Ooh. Listen here, we don't upset.
But
never mind.
But
I love you, T.
But
T for Tony.
But
with an I,
not a
Y.
Catch that, T.
Oh.
I'm just playing.
That's coming later. Oh, trust me.
But anyway,
contract with an R.
Shut up.
I'm just going to say. Anyway, so you and your other best friend.
Yeah. So anyway.
Right.
Me and my other best friend will be, doing whatever we do. And then we'll be just doing, girly stuff.
Good.
Chilling out. We're all going to watch Cinderella, the Brandy and Whitney Houston version, of course.
Oh, the old school one.
What? The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear are still inside my head.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun,
Your
though.
turn. How was your week?
Okay, child.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun.
So, I was on cloud 9. I was there, just resting. We had a good recording session. We've been getting such good reviews for the show and more people following the page. If you don't already, please go follow and support.
Follow.
Come on now. Come on here. And then Monday, I happened to call my school.
Oh.
And I called to get the tracking number of something. Now, mind you, I had just talked to them on Wednesday about graduation. I talked to financial aid. They tell me everything's fine, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Then Monday, I called to get the tracking number. Everybody's acting real weird, not giving me any answers. I'm going to have to just give the cliff notes of this because it's a long story and I'm not trying to go into it yet again because I've been delivered.
Delivered from going,
however,
from being long-winded?
So,
is this what you're referring to?
Listen here. Don't come for me. Bruh. Don't try me. So, no. So then, pretty much long story short, they just tell me that the check was canceled and the person who's supposed to answer the questions as to why won't be back till Tuesday. So that's fine. So now, mind you, I'm still on cloud nine. I'm still grateful. I'm still, and even during the situation, I was grateful. That didn't change anything.
Right.
But there's a lesson at the end of this, which is what I'm going to go to. Then Tuesday comes along, 1:00. I've heard nothing from any of them. So I take it upon myself to call.
Absolutely.
And so when I call, exactly. So when I call them, they finally put me through to the person who canceled the check. And she tells me it's because I owe them money for doubling up on classes, which I never did.
Huh.
I used to be physically on my campus and I went to online due to the drive and some other things. So they doubled up my classes and didn't communicate to whomever they were supposed to so that financial aid can be in line and make sure things are taken care of. So long story short, they told me that I was going to owe them money. And until I paid that money, I would not get my actual degree.
Oh, no.
Child.
Oh, no.
Then,
No.
Then on top of that, you and I had to go through a situation this week with a mighty change. Oh, yes, I'm mentioning it because you know what?
Oh, yeah.
This is the issue. This is the issue is because sometimes people don't talk about how when you're living in a good space and you're doing something and you're making moves, that the attacks will come. The negativity will try to come in any way it can to stop something.
Yes.
And we probably should be talking about it, but I'm going to because folk need to,
Sometimes people just got to understand.
They have to. So I'm going through that with my school. We have the conversation on Tuesday.
I don't need you.
You better come on in here, somebody.
I want. Oh, did you hear the message popped up at the same time? Anyway, I don't need you. I want it. There's a difference between want and need.
You gotta think.
Because one is beneficial for your soul.
Right.
And one is not. One is just what you want.
Hold on, though. But so back to the story, because there is light at the end of this here tunnel.
Always.
So what ends up happening is Trina and I go into a conversation with dealing with some people as far as trying to come against and attack this great thing that has come together, that has been helping people, that has been causing people to do better, that has brought more joy into our lives, that has brought us better situations, that are leading to better situations.
Absolutely.
And so I should have known then that there was going to be some negativity that tried to come in. But I didn't think about it. And you know, me and you talked about it that day when all of us start popping up. I was like, I should have changed my perspective on how I'm seeing this stuff. However, the changes came and the answers came. I got a call on Friday and they told me, well, we found a scholarship that's going to take care of your school. You're so stupid. You're such an idiot for that.
Well.
So, yes. So that was taken care of. And we are still doing the show. We still here.
Still popping.
Been here all my life, but you're going nowhere.
Okay, that is officially Carl's theme song.
That's officially my line.
If you guys ever see him anywhere, just point at him and say, been here all my life, I ain't going nowhere.
Listen.
That's his song, so.
It is.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. But you know what? I also celebrate us because in the midst of that adversity and that we had to go through, we still here.
We still here.
And happy.
And happy.
And free.
And happy. And guess what? The other side of it too is I ain't even mad about it, you know? Okay. Okay. With the big gallon of Crystal Geyser.
Listen here. I got to make sure that I'm not dry.
But anyway.
But no, you know what? It did. Because at first I was a little irritated by all of the situations. And honestly, I went off on my school. I slightly went off on the situation that was attacking the show. I held myself together a whole lot better than that. But I have an issue with when you're trying to attack the works that I have done. I have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Not so much that I'm not going to get attacked, but when you're trying to stop the work that I do, that's when the fighter comes out.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Like, listen, you're not going to stop me, so I'm going to beat you down and clear you out my way. I don't mind the hurdles because I'm just going to jump over you, but you're not going to stop me.
Right. And ultimately, what is for me.
Yes.
Period. So it's going to happen regardless you are present or you're not.
Exactly.
You can't stop what is mine. It's mine.
I will steamroll you.
Period.
Every time.
Exactly. So I am just grateful and thankful for, you guys, I'm sure you guys have all had like a passion project or something that's near and dear to your heart and just something that means a lot to you. And for me,
that you truly believe in.
Yeah. And for me and Karl, this is it. Like, this is a place where we can open up and be an outlet and
you kind of tricked me into it, but it was a good trick.
Oh, I tricked him.
And you never even shared. We didn't even share this.
I tricked him into this. It was so cute how I did it.
Yeah,
though.
You did. You know what? That was clever. It was
because this was the time where me and Karl, we were still kind of like, we had just talked about like apologized to each other for our situation, and we were just okay. The curse of the burp is back.
I made it 12 minutes this time, though. And I was trying.
Whoop-de-doo. 12 minutes in. 12 minutes in and I didn't burp. 12 minutes in and I didn't do anything inappropriate like that I wouldn't do in public.
Come on now. I do that in public.
I know.
Just saying.
So, anyway, back to my story. So, so we were just like back building up our friendship.
Right.
And so I just texted him. I'm like, hey, so with production, talk to me. Like, I forgot what I said. Exactly.
No, she goes, I have this idea for this, show. And so like, what do you think, like the formats, and what do you think about this? And so she's sending me like some of the ideas, and I'm like, oh, well, what did you think about like tweaking this and moving this here? And then like, what if you like do it like this? And then this can segue into that really good. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. And so she was like working on some things. And the next day she came back again. And she's like, well, what do you think about that? And I was like, oh, yeah, that actually runs pretty good. And then the final day, she just sent it. So I open it up and I start, hold on. I open it up and I start reading it and I respond back, this is brilliant. Like, this is going to be really, really good. And she goes, oh, okay.
And then I said, well, would it be great if I just like had like a sidekick, like a gay sidekick with me?
And I sent the thinking emoji like, huh? I didn't think about that, but yeah, that probably actually would work. And then
I was like, yeah, it's got to be somebody that, have good chemistry with, and I just know very well. And who's very opinionated and also very handsome.
Laying that butter thick. Like completely. And then that's what she was like, so I was thinking that you could host. And I had already said that I thought it was a good idea. So I'm just
then
like,
he was
you
like,
know what?
No.
And I just said, well played.
No, he goes, well, give me a day or two to think about it and I'll get back to you. Try to play hardball.
I will go back and read those messages. I did not say that. I was like, you know what? You know what? I said, I told you. I said, well played. And I was like, sure.
And that's for Breaking Hollywood was birthed.
I'm grateful for it.
Breaking Hollywood was birthed. It was conceived, created, and birthed.
And from there, we have arrived at week 3.
Well, really week 4, you guys. We had
That's true.
A test episode that went out.
We did, but we only played it for certain folk.
Yeah,
you know what? We might have to go back and do some clippings of those because some of the jokes in it were funny.
That show was a riot.
It really was.
So.
Well, all of them have been fire so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on.
That part.
So, but yeah.
Whoa, Lolo.
Oh, okay. Don't even need the soundboard today. Karl is full of effects.
I'm trying to beat you to it. That's why, because that thing is dangerous. It's a mess. It messes me up every time.
I wasn't even reaching for the soundboard.
I don't believe it.
I wasn't.
I don't believe it.
I was reaching for my phone to see what the next segment is. So see, that's how you know what? That works. So So I think I want to introduce a new segment today.
How about we do that? Yes.
Okay, so for the people who did hear that test, episode we were talking about, you might already know this segment, but for the newbies, the new breakers, we are going to have a segment that we do once a month that's going to highlight artists, producers, music producers and artists.
That part.
Just right, because there are many. But
there are.
Just people who are kind of breaking ground and making some waves in the industry, or maybe not even in the industry yet, but just kind of, independent, doing their own thing.
They're getting in.
They're just doing their own thing, and that we feel sound great.
Deserve some recognition.
And they deserve recognition. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this one awesome woman that I heard. I actually heard her music because I was watching one of the choreographers that I love watching dance.
Which one?
His name is Deshaun Prince.
I don't think I know him.
Deshaun Da Prince, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But
light went on. Right.
But yeah, so I he did this dance to her song, and it captured my attention because it had horns playing. And I was like, oh wow, listen to that. You don't hear songs that are that melodic anymore. So
no, you really don't.
Needless to say, her name is Emma V, and we're going to get into her, a little bit more about her in a few minutes.
When I say she is dope, y'all, like for real. I know Trina has tried to call me out for not listening to people's stuff when she sends it because it reminds her of different people in her friendships. And, and Karl never listens. This one I did listen to.
Whoa.
So now.
He clearly took that offensively.
Never offensively. I was just bringing it back up. That's a good way to reference other shows. Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, I just snorted.
What?
Anyway.
What did you snort?
Nothing. No, girl, I'm saying from the laugh. I went to breathe in, but it came through the nose.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, this is not that kind of show.
Girl, come on now.
I know it's Hollywood, but
listen here.
We ain't Holly weird, okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Come on now. I like that.
So, yeah, but before we get into this music segment.
Yes. Hold up, child. Because there are people who are paying for us to be here now.
Right.
Come on now.
You're right.
So we got to make sure that we respecting them and giving them their time. And then we can go into that segment.
Okay. So we'll be right back after this message. This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Just a Sip Shop.
Their goal is to create unique, organic, natural, and sustainably produced products. They cater to beautiful wellness that makes you feel like $1,000,000. They pay attention to every detail when designing each of their products to ensure the design is one of a kind.
Oh, and did we mention that they cater to both men and women? Just a Sip Shop hopes you love all of their products just as much as they do. Shop at justasipshop.com or on Amazon.
And follow them on Instagram at Just a Sip Shop. All one word with an exclamation point at the end.
There's no exclamation point.
Well, it's okay. That's all right. Drop the exclamation point. It's still good.
Right.
Hey, my name is Emma V, and you're listening to Breaking Hollywood.
Oh.
Hey, you text my phone like you are you home? You don't wanna be alone. I swear the way we broke up the other day, I'm gonna look the other way. I'm on the way. Sound in your bed while you're taking off your shirt. It's November, are you tryna get this word? Okay, I bought food, are you tryna be dessert?
she fire?
Told you.
Fire.
I told you.
Fire.
Hmm.
Lit.
That part.
It was a lituation.
It wasn't it though.
So you're a mess. So just to give you guys a little background on Emma V. Yes, it's pronounced Emma V. She's a producer and artist from Harrow, London.
And that makes me excited because I lived in London and it's Harrow, London, just saying.
Oh, Harrow.
I'm not trying to be cheeky or anything, but that is how it's pronounced.
No. Excuse me, Harrow, which he's right. I mean, obviously you guys heard her accent in the little...
You should know. You lived in Belgium.
Snippet. I know. Anyway, so sorry, Emma V. But she's a producer and artist from Harrow, London. And her musical influences is a mixture of the Neptunes,
Ooh.
Erykah Badu, Dorian Concept, and many, many more.
That's why she's fire.
Come on. The Neptunes.
If those are your inspirations.
Erykah, come on.
And you can totally hear it.
Too much. It's just too much.
That part.
So her music is formulated with a unique blend of electronic-infused R&B, hip-hop, soul music, just for y'all. So check her out.
Please do.
Again, her name is Emma V. Her Instagram handle is at EMMA, V as in Victor, IE, Emma V. Alrighty?
Yes, I already follow her and she's fabulous. She went live just last week and I was following.
Yes. So
it was
she
fire.
always
It was
does
so
it.
dope.
This is crazy. She goes live and obviously it's really late our time because, she's in London.
Exactly, 9
but
hours
she
ahead.
goes late and she freaking makes beats on the spot on her live all the time. I was watching her one night and she made 5 beats in that day. And she was like, I'm trying to at least make 1 beat a day, but I was behind, so I had to catch up.
Right.
I mean, she's just you guys, you got to go follow her. She's awesome. She's awesome.
She is absolutely brilliant. Loving her.
Okay. So make sure you do that. And thank you guys so much for liking that segment.
Yes. And Emma V, I just wanted to say thank you for being the first celebrity to do a voiceover spot for us. That made me so happy. You're wonderful and I love you. And I appreciate that you appreciate us and that you're supporting us. And I supported you before you started supporting us. But I'm just saying, even more so now, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
So when you come to LA, please hit us up because we need to chill.
Yes, we will show you around if we need to.
Oh, that'd be so much fun, wouldn't it though?
I mean, it's LA. Come on. So now.
Oh, I have a straight crush on her. But don't tell her.
Well, I think you just did.
I know. I keep forgetting we're recording this. No, I really didn't. I just want her to know.
Okay.
You know how I am.
There you go. So let's move on to the next segment. It's going to be Help Me Fix My Life. My life, my life, my life, my life, my life. That was a reverb if y'all didn't know.
Okay, Karen. You better let us know.
Help me fix my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life.
I can't. Okay, no, we're not. Okay.
All right.
So we do have a Help Me Fix My Life. This one came to me, and I want to make sure that I read it right this time. So.
Please, God.
Listen here. Bruh.
Sally was just
Poor Sally. Speaking of Sally, hold up. Before we go into Let Me Fix My Life, please tell them what Tony Weather and I said.
What?
About her, Sally.
Oh. What? I forgot. That quick.
Really? Did you take your medication?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Here we go.
Never mind. Here we go. We're going to help you fix your life. This is what we're about to do here. Okay.
What you talking about, Willis?
No.
Can't touch this.
So here we go. Help me fix my life. Proposal advice. And how does a relationship change once you're engaged? What are the do's and don'ts to planning wedding stuff? dot, 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 dot. Well, firstly, I think we need to address the difference between being engaged and not being engaged, being married, because that seems to be a thing nowadays.
What you mean? Explain that to me.
Well, because people, just as our view or listener wrote in, what's the difference? What's the change? I don't understand why there needs to be a change
in the relationship.
Yes, I'm still not understanding that. I guess it's the societal thing and the confines that we're supposed to put on it, because my thing is this, as we've said before, there are plenty of people who have been together for years and never go through the ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
So does that make the relationship any less important because they have not gotten engaged and gone through the whole hoopla and all of that?
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. But I understand where they're coming from. Mm. And it is a couple. I do know them and I understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Well, mainly him.
Okay.
I got it.
I don't.
But, okay, so then this is what I'm saying. If your relationship is good right now and you're getting ready to get engaged, why does there need to be a difference?
I think it's more, I don't think there needs to be. Again, this is that need and want thing. Okay. A lot of women want, if this is is this a heterosexual couple?
They are.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of women, I can only speak for myself as a woman or the friends
and I can't speak at all.
The friends,
being a woman. I'm half woman. I claim it all the time.
Yeah.
It's just because of the gay part.
Yeah. But like, all right. But
I'm just saying, I do. I do it all the time.
Yeah, girl. I know.
Huh.
But, but I guess for women, there's a difference from when we're just in a relationship to when it goes to that next level. Like, because I've always been of the mindset, I've always been of the mindset that I'm single until I'm married. Like, even if we're in a long committed relationship, or now if there's an understanding between the two of us that we're not going to get married or whatever, we're just in it and this is how our relationship's going to be, that's fine. But just going into a relationship and basing it off of normal society's standards, then I'm single until there's a ring on my finger.
See, but even then, but I guess this, it all boils down to who the person is.
Absolutely.
And what your situation is. And I think that's why I'm kind of not understanding it, is because I am a strong believer of you create your world, you create your reality, you create your rules because it's your life and you get one. Mm-hmm. So I guess the question is coming from just a societal standard, which is, okay, well, we've gone from being boyfriend and girlfriend to now being engaged. That's my fiance. And then it'll be my husband.
Yeah.
I guess the thoughts there are, the societal view of it.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm saying I don't know where that came in our society. Like I don't understand and why people confine to that.
And it's just been, it's because it's been that way. Back in the day, it was a man ask a father for the woman's hand in marriage.
Yeah,
and
I had to ask the blessing, right?
There's a lot of things that have become standards from back in the day that we've just adopted and picked up as a society. Not everybody sticks to that, of course. I mean, a lot of people in the Black culture jump the broom. I mean,
right, which is a cultural thing, and I understand what the meaning of it is. And for people who don't, let's explain it. Do you want to explain it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why you always asking me that. You want to talk about it? No, I just mentioned it.
Okay. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying that there's a lot of customs and things set in society that we are supposed to stay in this box and, this is what it is. But we don't have to. You don't have to.
A lot of them are said and a lot of them are unsaid.
Yes.
As
and
well.
You don't. Everybody doesn't have to conform to it. Like I mentioned, I'm going to Colorado to help with one of my best friends, and her wedding is going to be very unconventional. It's not going to be anything like the norm, that people will get, but that's what she wanted, and she's happy with what she wanted. And so we're going to do what we're doing for her to be happy.
See,
That's it.
Exactly. And I think that's how it should be. I think that, and so this is the advice I'd like to give as far as that part of it. I think that it should be based upon the two of you.
Yeah.
And no one else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing that matters, is because if it makes the two of you happy to put a label on it, then you go ahead and put a label on it. But that all boils down to having communication. So if you're expecting there to be a shift, then you need to sit down with your partner and say, okay, this is my expectation.
Yeah.
What are your expectations? And then you find what works for you both.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like you said, your friend, hers is not a conventional wedding. And you know what? I'm all for it. Whatever makes you happy on the day that you're supposed to be celebrated, let's celebrate it.
Exactly.
How you want. And because if you want cookies and cream and your guests want banana pudding, you know what? We're going to get you cookies and cream.
Right. Because.
And if you want.
All right. Here we go. Here it goes.
I had to smoke an area. I just wanted to see your face.
If you want to take your shoes off and pull your bun down.
Listen here, though.
Pull that dress up and tie it in a knot on the side.
Come on.
And take your groom to the smoking area.
Come on now.
To have a moment. On your wedding day.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Why are you whispering?
I celebrate
Why
you.
are you whispering?
It just felt right.
Whispering
you said,
makes me feel Whispering makes me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, such an idiot.
But wait, so wasn't there something in there too about the wedding planning?
Yes. So they want, well, mainly he wants an idea of how to propose. Now, this is going to be fun.
Oh, so he hasn't proposed yet.
Not yet.
Yay! Do you know what she likes?
Before we move on, I just want to make this clear.
Okay.
Y'all need to communicate and don't go into it with them being blind and you being blind.
Isn't it funny that so far all of these have been about communication? Huh. Things that make you go,
all day long.
So, yeah.
So the second part. Now, let's think. Me being me, what I think would be like a great proposal?
Wait, but can I have background on the bride? Or so that I can think while you're talking?
No.
Okay. Ass.
No. So let me tell mine.
No. No.
Well, this is the thing, is because I would say that I know them fairly well. And with knowing them fairly well, the best thing for them to do would be to find something that's special to her.
Yeah.
And take her there or do whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
And that would be the best way. I know them. And so without giving away who they are,
right,
knowing that certain people listen.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm trying to be elusive, which is not going to help the person at all. And I know I'm going to get a message about this saying you didn't help me at all. Okay. And I don't care because I'm trying to keep your identity secret.
Okay, but here's another way to say exactly what you just said, but say it just different so that maybe they do understand. If that person, if your significant other is a private person, try to do something intimate and something that you know is between the two of you and special. Not saying that a proposal is not between the two of you and special, but some people like big grand acts of kindness and, you know, they like a whole flash mob and, you know, get down on one knee in front of the entire world.
From knowing her, I don't get that from her.
Right. So, and then there's some people who are very, very close to their family and they would love to share that moment with their family and their close friends. So, you know, you take that into consideration. Then there's some people who are just like, you know, I'm cool with us chilling on the couch, Netflix and chill.
Put it in the popcorn.
And you just ask me right then and there. And I'm like, oh, boo, you about to get some tonight.
Oh, you're an idiot.
So yeah, but I just say make it specific to that person's personality, and I mean you should know.
You should
know
by now
what they like If you're at this point to where you feel like you want to propose, you should know.
Right.
What kind of proposal they're going to
And that's the thing.
So.
I'm with you on that. Do you know what?
What?
So that wraps that up. But let me just say this. Yeah. I didn't realize how hard it is to try not to give away people's identity. Because this is the first one that I've done that I've actually known the people.
Oh.
So I was trying not to ruin.
It's not hard.
It. Do you know what I mean by saying
for them?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not hard, Carl. For the lucky couple, this is what I say
not couple,
to you.
Not the couple, not you, not to the lovely couple. I love you all. I was talking to Trina.
No.
That was for Trina.
I'm no longer talking
that was for Trina.
To you. I'm talking to the lovely couple. This is just for you. After you pop that question and give her her ring or her house key or whatever it is that you're giving her in that proposal moment.
I wish you could see her face. Oh my God. Lip sing it, Trina. Y'all had to give her a minute because she was in.
I was in. Congratulations, though.
God.
That's a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I'm excited for them because I like them both a lot, and I think they're really good for each other.
Well, that's sweet. So yeah, all right. Well, moving on.
Yeah, is that my phone?
To the next.
I think.
What? What?
What?
It's tea time.
Tea time.
It's tea time.
Tea.
Tea.
Okay, so for tea time this week. Yeah, I'm dry. The pot is empty. Because there is...
Well, drink part of that gallon that you have sitting right next to you. How about that?
You know what?
Because nobody wants to hear your Arizona desert voice.
Okay.
Ugh. Ew. Is that how I sound when I drink?
No, but seriously, like, tea time is a good segment.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always funny.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there's not a whole lot of drama going on in entertainment right now.
You guys, this is like the driest week ever.
Like for real, for real.
Nothing happened.
There are a few things, but not like notable that everybody's talking about them. You know what I mean? Like I saw a couple of memes, like the Stan Lee memes. Have you heard about that? It's the new Marvel memes. Okay, so apparently somebody came up with the theory that Ant-Man is going to shrink down and then go inside of Thanos' butt, and that's how they win.
What?
Literally. Like, it's so now it's all these people like getting in an uproar about that. And like, all
right.
Yeah. The Comic-Con community, and not even the Comic-Con community, just the like fanboy community.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But I thought it was funny.
Okay.
But that's not tea.
I mean, it's not funny to me because I have never even seen Ant-Man, so.
Ugh. Girl.
But okay, so I've gotten mixed reviews on Us, but I've gotten from my brother and coworker, I've gotten how great it is, but it's one of those where you actually have to just sit there and you have to think and you have to like really think about what's going on. And it is a suspenseful movie. It's not really scary. And then I've gotten a lot of people saying it was a waste of time, but I'm assuming that those are the people who like to be entertained and not have to think while they're watching a movie. So, you know, people
that would make sense.
Some people
because there are two different audiences. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't like to have to think. So
I agree with you on that. However, I enjoy both of them because when you're, sitting there and you're watching something and it makes you actually think to try to figure it out. I love those type of films, which is why I love National Treasure. That's why I've loved many suspense movies.
A Beautiful Mind. I love that.
Get Out. When he did Get Out.
Wait, let me tell y'all something.
Brilliant.
Let me tell y'all something. And it might only be funny to me, but I still want to share it. So why me and my mother, for the life of us, could not remember what the name of Get Out was. So we're talking about us, and she's like, yeah, I don't want to see it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It might be a little scary. And she's like, that other one was good, though. And we both at the same time was like, yeah, This Is Us.
No.
No, that's a show.
No. Yeah, it is. No. That one was called Just Us.
But why?
And the first one was Get Out.
Right. But why?
This Is Us.
At the same time, though, so it's not like,
Exactly.
we have the same brain.
I see that.
So.
Mm-hmm. I see it.
Oh.
And I can see the both of y'all going back and forth, too.
Arguing about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It was funny, though.
I'm actually really glad that it's doing super well. 70 million in the opening weekend, which is massive. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want to wait till I see it to come back and do a review of it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go see it. I think I might see it while I'm in Colorado.
Well, I was told from some of the stuff that I've just been reading so far is that this one he did actually make to be scary and suspenseful. Get Out was mainly suspenseful, but there are some parts that are, jumpy to get that scare from you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably turn the kettle off so that we don't blow out the teapot because there's no water, because there's no tea.
No tea, and nobody really cares about Donald Trump not getting in trouble. So, we knew that wasn't going to happen.
You heard that, dry.
Yeah, we all knew that wasn't going to happen.
Come on now.
Come on.
We're not even going to touch that.
Yeah, we're not going to touch it.
We're just going to pass along.
So, moving on to our last and final segment. It is our wonderful self-care segment.
Right. This is going to be good this week because this personally applies to me.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we are going to touch on a topic that I feel everyone at some point has a very, very difficult time doing. And this week's topic is going to be on forgiveness.
Come on in here.
So forgiveness. So, like how me and Karl just went on a rant earlier about what happened to us this week. But honestly,
I said it explaining the emotions that I had at the beginning of the week going through it.
Right.
So being on the back end of it and removed from it and moving on from it.
Yes.
And moving up from it. And moving out of it.
Oh.
Didn't know I had that many, huh?
You got it. You got it.
The face. Okay. Apologies. All right.
All of that.
So, on this side of it now, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. It was meant to be that way. And I'm grateful that it happened because I was able to see it early on, overcome it, and move forward without it being an issue.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem with forgiveness is that a lot of people do not forgive themselves.
Oh.
So how can you forgive yourself? How can you forgive others, and not forgive yourself?
No, that's good.
Seriously, though. When you really think about...
But you have to break it down, explain it. Because I get it. But everyone might not.
Yeah. So when you think about it from a different perspective, when you're younger, you make a lot of mistakes. You do things, not even just when you're younger, but just in life, period. Sometimes we just do things and we don't think properly in the moment. And sometimes we feel like we've ruined our lives or, that the world is over.
Right.
And instead of taking the time to heal properly from those situations, we just kind of push them to the back burner and just let them sit there and fester. And we don't really deal with the hurt or handle the hurt properly.
Right.
And then, when this manifests through another person in a situation, we don't know how to forgive them because for the same thing that they've done to us, we haven't even forgiven ourselves. So how in the heck can I can say, okay, I accept your apology, but how can you really, really let what they've done go if you just really can't do that for yourself? Seriously.
See, but it's even so much more deeper than that, because you're saying, when the situation happens to them on the other end, then they see it and they can't forgive that person because they couldn't forgive themselves. But it's deeper than that. I mean, this even goes to the self-care topic. How can you love somebody else if you don't know how to first love yourself? Because literally, you're the one person that you have to deal with every single day. Every
day for the rest of your life.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I have always been in this place that I'm in now, because I have not.
Right.
I have grown to this place and it's taken me time to learn to get here. But listen, all the effort first is going into me before it goes out.
Absolutely.
And so that goes with forgiveness. That goes with kindness. That goes with respect.
Love.
That goes with everything, because you set the levels for how other people treat you.
Yes.
So if you don't know how to respect yourself, anyway, if you don't know how to respect yourself, then
nobody else
you don't know how to respect anyone else. Exactly, because you haven't set a standard of what respect looks like for yourself.
Yeah.
So then you allow anything and everything because you haven't made that distinction to first respect yourself, love yourself, work on that, and acceptance yourself. Yeah. Acceptance yourself. My God, what is wrong?
Need some more water?
Child. But no, do you know what I mean?
I do. I understand completely. And also, the other thing, I feel like people associate forgiveness with apologizing. And they're two different things.
And forgetting.
But they're two different things.
They are.
From one of my favorite rom-coms, Just Friends, she said, forgiveness is more than saying sorry. And it's true. That's a classic right there.
Oh, it is a classic.
But truly it is, because it's very easy to say, I'm sorry, or I apologize.
That's not true, though.
Well, for some people, for some people it's not. But I'm saying to just utter the words and there be no meaning behind it, it's easy. It's just like saying up or down. I mean, you can just say it. But to actually be on the other end and actually have to process it and let all of the feelings go, release all of the emotion attached to that person for whatever has been done, is a total different process. And that whole, I can forgive, but I can't forget. No. Those are hand in hand, because, you might still remember what happened to you. You're always going to remember, but that means that you're still associating that instance with that person. If you're saying, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget.
Well, and the thing is, see, I can't completely agree with you, because I don't believe in forgetting it. I can forgive the situation, but I'm not going to forget it because it taught me a lesson.
Right.
And every lesson that I learned in life, I don't want to forget it, because then I don't want to have to relive it. But that's
absolutely.
For me. So that's why I'm saying, but I get how you're saying it, because some people say it, spitefully, like, I'm forgetting, but I'm not going to forget, because they're still holding on to the hurt and the pain of the situation.
Now, if you're a person like you who knows how to forgive, right, and you can literally say that, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget what happened, so that it doesn't happen again.
No, I just don't find the need to even tell them. Do you know what I mean? That's because you telling the person is kind of just like, well, I just want you to know. Then you haven't really released it. But, again, it's your own personal situation. So, but no, I just, it's because we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that when it comes to forgiveness, it's an internal thing. And it starts with you.
Yes.
The only way that you're going to really be able to forgive other people is if you've actually done the work in forgiving yourself and knowing that you're not perfect, you make mistakes, you're going to mess up. We've all messed up. We've all done things. Everybody's done things that they're not proud of. And, just learning how to heal from it. I mean, it all goes back to doing your own healing and breaking those barriers and getting over those situations in order for you to be able to forgive other people, love other people, all of that.
Right. This is my thing. When it comes to forgiveness, let's just think about this. So something happens in your life that makes you upset, makes you angry, makes you sad, makes you depressed, makes you whatever. Those feelings bring nothing good to you. They bring no positivity in any way, right?
Right.
So you not forgiving somebody is making the choice to hold on to that negativity.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you nothing. So, and then at the end of the day, like you holding this chip on your shoulder,
it's hurting you.
They're going to bed at night. Yeah, because they're sleeping fine.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time when we haven't forgiven somebody, even when we've said what we've said to them and people are still making the choice to hold on to it, that other person don't know most of the time and don't care most of the time. And so like you're literally putting yourself through a situation of like pain, agony for no reason for something. And you could have been spending that time on being, positive, loving yourself, looking after yourself, thinking about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, but you spend it holding on to something that happened to you, 2, 3, 7, 15, 20 years ago. Like you have family members that hold on to stuff forever. And it's just like, listen here, you get one life. You're going to spend one life holding on to something. And this is coming from somebody who I said, my life hasn't always been butterflies and rainbows.
Right.
I've gone through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to look at, okay, that happened to me. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I going to spend the rest of my life holding that baggage and keeping me from where I actually really want to go?
Exactly.
And, another one of our running themes has been fear. That people do that based on fear because they begin to identify with that feeling of just holding on to every situation and they become so bitter that they identify that as their personality.
And I think actually forgiveness kind of coincides with all of these that we've talked about so far because
it does.
The whole self-care and actually taking care of yourself and doing the proper work to get yourself where you need to be. If you don't do that digging and you don't do that, it's forgiving is not easy, especially if you're a person like me who can hold a grudge like no other. I can write somebody.
Her favorite sandwich. She didn't told you.
I can write somebody off real quick. I'm just saying. No. I can write somebody off real quick. I mean, I have literally at one point in my life was just like, all right, I'm not talking to nobody. And I moved away and I did that. Didn't talk to nobody. And didn't have a problem and just continued on with my life. So for people like myself, it is very easy to get stuck in not forgiving and not trying to understand and understand and overstand other people's.
Come on here. Come on, 3.
Other people's perspectives, other people's situations, other people's energies.
But it all starts with being aware and being aware with one's self.
Self-care. It all starts with self-care. Your self-care and you. So,
do you know what I think we should do, Trina?
What's that, Karl?
I think I think moving forward, we should start trying to research some type of exercises And we began to address like certain exercises you can do. For example, for me, I am a visual learner.
Right.
And so when I first started on this journey, I would have to watch my positive affirmations.
Okay.
And so when I say watch them, it's like I did a vision board. So I have my own vision board and I look at that every morning and every evening before I go to sleep.
Evening?
But I wanted to, come on now. And I wanted to heighten my sense of being able to attract things to me faster and to manifest things. And to be more focused. And so what I started doing is added in meditation.
Yeah.
One thing I learned from Jada, watching her and her mom, is she said, you have to do what works for you.
Yes.
And that's something that I really began to adapt in every areas of.
Exactly.
The word is areas.
Got it. Every areas. They know. They know what you meant.
But what I'm saying is so after I was able to find those positive affirmations, so like when I wake up in the morning, I have my routine. Before I do anything else, before I open my phone, before I allow the world to affect me, I wake up and I go immediately to take care of myself, which is in that state of meditation with my affirmations on. And I allow myself to speak to myself and go to that place of just reaffirming, staying in my positive environment and universe that I'm creating.
Yes.
And building myself and feeling myself before stepping into the world.
Exactly. And that's why so many people are able to spread their negativity so easily. I mean, energy is transferable, period, whether it's good or bad.
And that's even scientifically proven.
Yeah. So
not just with religions, but scientifically.
Exactly. So whether it's good or bad, you know, and the one thing that I like, because I have a hard time waking up in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I like to, I'm so serious. It's like a chore. I wake up and I want to lay there. I don't want to immediately hop up and have to get ready for the day. And I have to force myself to get into a mindset of, you're up this morning. Thank God. You need to be happy. You need to be energized.
Yep.
You're able to live another day. You were able to open your eyes. You might not have all your vision, but you can see. You might not, might not, you know, I mean, whatever, whatever the situation is, but I have to talk myself into a great attitude so that I can continue my day that way. If you don't start off your day in an attitude, or you go to bed at night upset and you wake up with that same energy, that carries out through the day. And you might wonder after lunch, oh, I feel much better. Well, you might have transferred that to somebody else. That negativity throughout those first couple of hours you were up, moping around, pissed off, going by somebody's desk, knocking their stuff off their desk, cussing somebody out on the phone, whatever.
Yep.
So you have to be mindful in that sense to where you need to wake up positive.
Exactly.
So.
And the thing is it took practice.
It takes
I never had an issue getting up in the morning. I had an issue getting up in the morning and having a set routine.
Right.
Because I'm a Sagittarius at heart, nature. So I like the free, just like go with the flow. But this is what I was able to do. I was able to find her. A
made up creature.
Listen, stop whispering. Remember, it creeps you out.
I ain't whispering. You heard everything I said.
I heard you. But what I've said is I had to find something that worked for me. You know what I mean? So yes, it's a set schedule, but the way I'm able to still keep my free spirit is by going into my affirmations and just going with whatever I feel when I wake up in the morning. So some mornings that's put it on shuffle, and whichever one comes to me, I'm like, okay, that's the one that was meant for me this morning. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then some days I'll wake up literally just reciting some of it in my head, and I'm like, okay, I need to wake up giving thanks this morning. So I'll put on that one, and that, you know what I mean? And I just let them go. Yeah. But again, I found what works for me. And you got to. So, and that is a step in order to help move forward to being able to be a person who can forgive. Exactly. It's steps. Everything takes time. I mean, we're not perfect. And you shouldn't want to be. And a lot of behaviors, guys, that we pick up are learned behaviors. So you're conditioned. Yeah. The hardest part of it all is unlearning. As they say. Yes. It was, because you're having to take something that has been for so long, undo it, and then find new things that are healthy that belong there.
Exactly. And you have to think a lot of stuff has been embedded in us. Like, you know, when your parents teach you how to make your bed. My dad was military, so he was like, those corners need to be this way, and da-da-da. And I'm like, what?
And then just like this other thing, like, do as I say, not as I do.
Yes. So what?
That part. Because I heard it many times growing up.
Exactly.
And it's just like, okay, but you're doing that, but you're telling me I have to do it this way.
And I'm seeing you do it. It's not like you're right in my... Okay.
Right.
So you guys gotta forgive yourselves first. You gotta be easy on yourself. You have to understand that a lot of the stuff that we do, some may be intentional, but a lot of it is unintentional at times. But you have to first be able to forgive yourself for the things that you can't control. And a lot of the mistakes that you make are just taking you to another path. It's taking you to another way to get to your same destination. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Oh, see, and that's good. Thank you for saying that, because a lot of people think there's only one path to get to where they're going, and they don't understand that they're creating their story.
Haven't you figured out by now? Haven't you figured out by now that whenever you're going to one location, there's multiple ways to get there? You can hop on the 10, the 210, the 15, to the 405, to the 605, to the 91, to the 710. I mean, we could keep going, but you can still get to the same place, right? So that's just how life is.
Different times too.
Different time. And it's in different timing. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's timing is different. My timing is not the same as Karl's timing.
Come on, but now, when we're in
when we're in alignment, though, when we're in alignment, though, that's for us. That's for us.
Ooh.
That don't mean that my stars shine brighter than yours. That just means right now, this is my time. Your time is coming, or your time might have already passed. And you moving on to something else. So,
exactly.
Again, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Love yourself unconditionally and forgive others.
Yes.
Okay? Oh,
it's vital to your existence.
Before we end, because it's about that time.
That'll scare the mess out of me.
Sorry, because I just thought about it.
What you think about?
What did you do for someone last week? Remember our
Yes.
What did you do for someone outside of your race last week?
Me? So
you're the only other person I'm talking to.
That's true. I was really waiting for a caller.
Caller, are you there? Hello.
I am. I'm here. There is a person that I deal with at my job that can be a bit pressing.
Okay.
And
Sally.
Yes, we will call her Sally. And she has a tendency to go out of her way to create issues.
Okay.
And so instead of being irritated and frustrated, I made it a point to go every morning when I know they were on the campus and say good morning.
There you
and
go.
Have a conversation with them and ask how their day was and ask, hey, are you doing okay today? How was yesterday? If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. I'm here to help.
Well, that's good. That's very nice for you.
It was.
Wow.
But you know what? There's two things that came from it. I understood where that person is now and why they do some of the things that they do. And so it helped me get rid of a lot of my biases, and it helped them see that I was not a cold-hearted person, that I am really trying to help them.
There you go. That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. So, yay. Good job, Kara.
I know. What about you?
Well, my act of kindness If you guys don't know, I'm a crazy addicted to Starbucks. So pretty much go.
And you should see her right now shaking because she hasn't had any. Literally, she shook her head like twitched twice because
when I said Starbucks, I started shaking.
Literally.
But like I go 3 or 4 times a week. So.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you were about to say a day.
No. I don't go every day because, I tried. I mean, Starbucks is a bill for me, a monthly bill. So. But what I did do is I had, there were 2 cars behind me and I noticed that the lady directly behind me was of Asian descent and there was a Caucasian lady behind her. So I paid for their orders.
Oh, pay it for it. I love that.
So that was my act of kindness.
How sweet.
And I stepped outside of my comfort zone because I don't use my Starbucks money from my app on nobody else.
Well, how did you feel afterwards? Silence.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said, how did you feel after you did the kind deed?
I felt great. No, I did. I felt great. But I was, when they was, because I have the Starbucks app and all my money is on the card on the app.
Right.
So when he was like, 46, whatever, I was like, what? And then I was like, all right. But Susie owed me. And then I was like, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
No, she don't. You just paid into her.
I did. I paid it forward. So.
You did.
But yeah, that's what I did. So
all right.
Anyway, breakers, that's it for this week.
It's that time.
So this was, just so you guys know, it might have been a little kind of like all over the place this week. Forgive us. This was our first time recording ourselves.
Well, not so much. You shouldn't even told everybody. Actually, they wouldn't have even known.
Okay, well, we can cut that.
No, we won't.
It's too late.
No, it's not.
Cut it.
No.
Cut it. Cut it.
We love you, breakers.
If you leave this on here, I'm going to kill.
I'm going to leave all of it on because this is great.
I'm going to kill you.
This is golden. Because I'm living my life like it's golden.
My microphone's golden.
I could just mute you right now.
Karl, I will murder you in your sleep.
You may have the soundboard, but I got the keys.
Oh, you got the keys to the streets. Okay. All right, breakers.
All right, breakers.
Love you guys so much.
It's been great.
It's been great, and I'm eating my candy.
I know. It just sounds so rough. Oh, Jesus.
Love you guys.
We love you guys.
And remember,
we will see you next week.
Yes, and remember,
love, light, positivity always.
We love you, and we mean it.
High five.
High five. Bye.
Bye.